Hey.
Alina, hello.
Oh my god, that was so
I'm sorry. I'm so
no,
sorry.
you're good.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I actually just took like a quick shower. I was just like, can I make it in time?
Nice. Alina, who would have thought that we would be in a podcast together after all those years? Did we met during EMAC?
I think it's one of those A-Tech classes. I really don't remember because we had so many classes together.
I know.
Seeing you every single
Alina, I picked you to be today's guest because, like we said, we have taken so many classes together. We've turned in so many projects together, and just get feedback from each other. Were you in my internet studio class?
Yes, I remember that.
Because we made a website, right? That, like, the final project.
I think I did I think it was called, actually I think it was just called my name, Alina Faye, but it was a photography website. But I think we had to learn about hosting and all that too, right?
Yeah. Do you still have it?
No.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to continue paying for it.
Yeah. As far as I know, you are right now a creative associate at Associa. And you also did some freelance. You were an intern at Tyler Technologies. I know you did some stuff for Spot to You. So you've done a lot of graphic design work. So yeah, that's why I want to bring you over, just to showcase your work, just hang out with you. And obviously we took a lot of courses together in college, so also I want to have a more formal conversation and just talk about points of view in the school life, the industry. Okay, so for your challenge, like I mentioned, is going to be the Blue Hunter's Moon. This year is going to happen on October 31st. I mean, people are making a big deal out of this because it's Halloween, and the quote of once in a blue moon, right? It's kind of like a saying of it's a really rare occasion, and I mean, how rare can this year not be, right? So many things going on. I think it fits really well. So what do you have in mind?
Okay, so with my style of art, what's very interesting is that with the stuff I do for work full time, it's so different than what I do in my free time. What I do for work, it's all more layout and composition, like the stuff you see in a magazine, a flyer, stuff like that. But I've been playing around in my own time with shapes, colors, illustrations, sort of 2D line art kind of thing. And so I kind of want to do something with that and just see where it goes. I don't really have anything prepared or in mind, so I'm just gonna take off and see what happens.
That's good. I really like that. You're the first person that I have interviewed that's just gonna wings it. You going for. I like that. I would have done the same thing. I'll just go for it. I mean, it's fine if you prepare. I understand. But props to you for just doing it on the fly. I
love this theme actually, since it's a moon, and since it's such an easy shape and object, you can really do a lot with it. I'm just gonna start with a circle because that's what the moon looks like. I want to play around with colors for a bit. So
question number 1: which designer hat do you like to wear more often?
Photography, to be honest. But I've been wanting to implement design into photography. What I want to include in my portfolio, which I don't have, is sort of line work or illustrations on top of photography. So that mixture between photography and then 2D art. So I want to start doing that a lot more. But I would have to say photography.
The first thing we see when we open your website is you with the camera, just taking a shot, smiling. I love it. Question number 2: what is your favorite software?
It would have to be Illustrator, just because you can be so creative with it. And I also have a little pen tablet where I can actually draw on this tablet, and it appears on the screen, which is super cool. So yeah, that's why I love it, because as you can see, I can make different shapes and all of that, and it's just super easy to use.
So you just like that freedom of pretty much doing anything you want. You can pretty much pick any spot, any color, create any shape. So
yeah, so let me just explain the process of what I'm doing real quick. You implement different shapes and different colors of blue into this moon, and just really in a geometric, unique kind of abstract way. So I don't have anything in mind, and I'm just going for it.
Top 3 shortcuts or techniques that you love on Illustrator?
For me, see, I'm using the pen tool very quickly, but that's because I've kind of mastered, here I can kind of show real quick. So you know how it's kind of curvy, and I'm able to also make straight lines. If you like double click on it, if you double click on a point, you can change whether the next point will be like a straight line or it can be a curve.
Nice.
And so that's how I'm able to kind of do it very quickly. That's what I like. As far as shortcuts, I like, okay, so as you can tell, I'm like easily, zooming in and out without any problem. If you hit the space bar and drag and click, you're able to just move your canvas anywhere you want. Which is super nice. You don't have to like keep using these arrows and stuff like that. I do like the color picker too. It does help if you're trying to just drag and drop a color. So as you can see, I have an image reference of a bunch of colors. And what I love about it is that you're able to use this eyedropper tool right here and pick any color on here. Click it and then click on the shape unless I'm doing this completely. See, like it changes color, which is super cool.
What about the hardest technique / tool that you have mastered yet?
Typography. I know you can create outlines and all of that, and I just haven't really played around with it because I think one time I wanted to create an outline, but I wasn't able to go back to like a regular text. So I know there's a lot when it comes to typography. That's something that I really want to get into and like learn more of because it's super cool.
For the next question, is there a software out there that you would love to try that you haven't yet?
I think Sketch. Have you heard of Sketch?
Like create wireframes?
Yeah, that's another part of design that I want to get into that I don't necessarily have any experience in right now, but I know. Did you take any classes with Cassini?
Yeah, we had that class together.
Yeah, okay, see? We have so many classes together. Prototyping and user experience. I just think at the time of me taking classes, I was more interested in graphic design. We couldn't learn everything. Definitely, I want to learn how to use Sketch and like prototyping.
2 artists that you look up to, one digital and one traditional art.
Who was that artist that did that? I'm not very good with names, okay?
Same.
Who's that artist that did that like can of soup? The like pop art, like Obama? If you know the type of art that they create, that is definitely one of my favorite artists that like the minute I saw his art, it kind of intrigued me. Like I'm into colors, I am into like just like abstract kind of things. That's definitely one of my favorites. As far as like digital artists, I don't think I have one that I look up to. I think I mainly get my inspiration from just kind of going online, seeing what's out there. Even like if I was just, outside, walking about, shopping, stuff like that, whatever I see that intrigues me and interests me, I kind of just take a picture of it or put an idea down in my notes. That's usually where I get most of my inspirations. I don't really have a specific artist that I look up to.
What is one thing that you would tell your freshman self if you were to see her for 10 seconds? Ready, go. 10, 9. Oh no, you froze. Okay, I can hear you. Let's try that again. And you already had time to think, so it's not gonna. I'm just gonna give you 5 seconds because you already had time to think. Like it's supposed to like catch you off guard. Because imagine that you had like a time machine and you only had 10 seconds and you see your freshman self, in the ATEC hallways as a freshman, and you can tell her one thing about, you can tell yourself about the future. So, but now you only have 5 seconds. Ready, go. 5, 4, 3.
Don't be afraid. There you go. Don't be afraid. I think one thing about that, if you want me to kind of like elaborate, I used to be so scared of everything, and I honestly still am. I have a lot of anxiety, and whenever it comes to new things, sometimes I'm like not ready for it, and I think that's what held me back a lot back then. And so like if it were me to tell myself back then, I would definitely say don't be afraid, because I was always afraid.
What are the last 2 songs that you added to your music library?
I Hope by Gabby Barrett featuring Charlie Puth, and then the next one is Slow Grenade by Ellie Goulding and Love LAU.
What is your favorite food and drink, fast food combo, and your favorite just international food? Anything that's not American.
Oh, okay. My favorite fast food is tacos. Tacos and queso. I'm sorry. We live in Texas. This is something that not a lot of people like though, but I actually do enjoy sparkling water, and I like drink that. Like, do you know the brand LaCroix? Yeah, so I love sparkling water. It's weird. Not a lot of people like it. Pho?
Yeah, oh, pho's amazing.
Yes, that is my number one favorite. It would have to be.
I haven't tried it homemade. I assume it's pretty good.
Yeah, my family likes to definitely get. Oh, sushi too. Oh my goodness. Like, how can I forget sushi? I love sushi.
Any advice that you would give to aspiring designers, given, you know, your own personal experience, what you had to go through in life and in school and balancing everything, just comparing yourself to when you started to where you are now? Like, what advice would you give to those people?
You just kind of have to be passionate with what you're doing. And that's kind of why I chose to design, is because I love designing and I love sharing like something that can be viewed differently with so many different people. Like, you know, something that I create could be seen differently by you than versus someone else, you know. There were struggles with me, like going through schooling for design and stuff, just because I would get either hated on for like the path I chose, or people wouldn't agree, especially in family. And it was a little bit personal there, but not everyone will agree with you on the stuff that like you're doing. One thing that's really helped me is like, you gotta have that mindset of I'm gonna prove it to them, you know. And that was my mindset. So like that's what kept me going, was like, you know what, I know I can do this, you know, and just keep at it.
It's okay, it's okay. I know you're focused. I know you're focused.
I know I am so focused. You're gonna have to get me out of my zone. And like
I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay, next question. Something that you miss most about UTD, and where do you see it in the next 5 years?
Oh.
In,
Oh.
Or ATech. Oh.
Oh no, don't want me to talk about our school.
Of course we are. A lot of people already praised it. A lot of people already said it should burn to the ground. So just feel free to just say this is not sponsored. So and even then, like I told them, our opinions should be valued because we went through the program, we went through those changes, we were directly affected by their changes, so they need to value our opinion, or at least consider it. So just feel free to talk about it, don't worry.
One thing I miss most that is going to be a shock to some people is that I actually loved group projects. I love getting to talk to like friends and classmates and like work on something together. And that's what I miss. And especially during quarantine now, we really take socializing and our friends and being out for granted, because now it's like, you know, we really have to avoid each other and everything. And it's hard for me because so like back then I wasn't a social person, but like over the time and at UTD, it definitely has made me more sociable, which is a good thing. And then as far as I can say about where do I see UTD being in the next few years, I have no idea. ATech in general. I know they've implemented so many new things, and they've just, I think with like the courses that we were taking, it was kind of like, I don't want to speak too bad, but they were kind of everywhere. And like what we were talking about before, about how we hope that how like they like don't teach us about like the real world of being a designer. I really hope they do implement some of that. You know, yeah, there are a lot of people that come out of it and they struggle. And we just only have the skills of like, we only have like the technical skills. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't have anything too bad to say about you. So.
Okay. Congratulations, you've won. I don't have a budget yet, but maybe the next time you come, I will be sponsored by big sponsor here.
No, it was really fun. It was really fun. This is something that I think all designers need to have, like a challenge, because you know, as designers, we can sometimes have a creative block, and this really does help just to have an exercise where you have just one theme and you kind of have, you're able to do whatever you want to do with it, you know?
Once again, congratulations, Alina Wong. You have completed the video call challenge. This is your representation of the blue moon, the harvest moon, and I think that you executed it magnificently. Is that a word?
Magnificently, yes.
Now, where can people follow you if they want to see more of your work, or maybe they have some questions, if you want them to contact you or not?
I will actually start like a page on my portfolio. I don't know if you have a link in my portfolio, but it's Alina, it should be alinawong.myportfolio.com. I don't know if that's right. I'm sure you're gonna place it somewhere, but that's where I'm gonna start putting more of my like illustrations and stuff, which I haven't yet, but this is definitely giving me a chance to put them on there. As far as my social media, I have not started an Instagram page for design yet. I have been wanting to, but just kind of getting feedback from people and seeing. But yeah, as of right now, definitely my portfolio.
Like I said, thank you again. Have a good night. I haven't eaten. Have you eaten? I always have to eat, like, whenever I do these.
I have not eaten. I'm so hungry.
Okay, let's go eat. We'll stay in touch. See ya.
Yeah. Bye.